How does someone move through elite circles for years with private jets, powerful friends, closed-door meetings, and still hide a criminal network in plain sight? And when the walls finally close in, why does the ending raise even more questions than the crime? Welcome to the Screenlight. In this video, we'll explore the infamous Jeffrey Epstein case. The Jeffrey Epstein case pulls people in because every layer feels heavier than the last. Wealth, access, silence, survivors speaking up, a system that reached late, a courtroom path that stopped halfway. No fantasy needed here. The confirmed record already reads like a dark thriller. This story deserves clarity, not rumor storms. So let's walk in cleanly, step by step, with verified facts, clear context, and the uncomfortable question that still hangs in the air. From the island to the network to the courtroom to the death that many people still debate. Jeffrey Epstein worked as a wealthy American financier and powerful networker. He built relationships with politicians, royalty, business leaders, and cultural figures. Through donations, private meetings, and elite gatherings, he stayed close to influence. Federal prosecutors later charged him with running a sex trafficking operation involving underage girls. According to indictments and sworn victim statements, teenage girls were recruited, transported to his homes, and sexually abused. Payments and recruiters appeared in the evidence record across multiple locations. That point stands on legal ground charges, testimony, court proceedings, not internet theory. But why did this case explode globally? Because wealth and access appeared to protect him once, and when federal charges arrived years later, the public saw a second chance at justice. A grounding question matters here. When someone powerful faces accusations from many victims, who listens first and who looks away? Little St. James in the US Virgin Islands became the most recognized location tied to this case. Victims testified under oath that sexual abuse happened there. Flight logs showed repeated travel to the island. Civil lawsuits referenced activities connected to the property. Investigators examined it as one of the several abused locations. That forms the verified base. But then came the internet storm. Cannibalism claims, baby-eating rumors, ritual stories. Multiple fact-checked investigations later traced those claims to misread documents and out-of-context word mentions. No criminal charge, no court findings, no verified investigation supported those stories. The island matters for one clear reason. Survivors named it in legal testimony. Court records and survivor testimony describe something sinister. A repeatable trap disguised as opportunity. Different girls, different cities, same setup, same ending. That repetition is what makes it disturbing. Teenage girls from financially vulnerable situations often received offers for paid massage work. First contact sounded harmless. Then the boundary shifted. Then pressure followed. Some girls received money. Some recruiters received money for bringing in more girls. That created a pipeline of one victim leading investigators to the next. Properties in Manhattan, Palm Beach, New Mexico, and Virgin Islands appeared again and again in testimony. Survivors described manipulation, fear, confusion, and non-informed consent. Prosecutors described the structure as organized grooming supported by intermediaries. When separate victims describe the same setup without knowing each other, what does that signal? Pattern, not coincidence, and pattern forms cases. Back in 2008, Epstein faced charges in Florida connected to abusing a minor. The case ended in a plea deal that later drew heavy criticism. Charges were reduced, jail time stayed short, work release privileges allowed him to leave custody during the day. Many records stayed sealed for years. Victims later said that their voices were sidelined. Legal analysts questioned how such a deal came together, given the seriousness of the allegations already known. The legal system had a chance to stop the pattern early. That chance passed. The story paused. In 2019, federal prosecutors in New York arrested Epstein on sex trafficking charges involving minors. The scope looked wider than before. Evidence collection looked deeper. Survivor accounts gained renewed attention. Investigators described trafficking across state lines and abuse connected to multiple residences. Documents and testimony built momentum towards a major federal trial. For many survivors, that arrest felt like a long-delayed recognition. After years of being doubted, the case stood in federal court. Then came the turn nobody expected, and it stopped the trial before it could begin. Epstein died in a Manhattan federal jail in August 2019 while awaiting trial. The official ruling recorded suicide by hanging. Here is what remained verified and documented. Guard checks failed, cameras malfunctioned, supervision broke down, and records were falsified. Multiple investigations confirmed serious institutional negligence inside the facility. Those failures created massive public doubt. Many people say that death feels suspicious. That feeling exists widely and openly, but factual line matters here. No court ruling overturned the suicide determination. No homicide verdict replaced it. Government investigations confirmed negligence and procedural failure, not murder. A fair question still echoes. How does a high-profile inmate under federal watch end up unmonitored at the worst possible moment? This controversy comes from the failures, not from proven evidence of a staged killing. Epstein's associate Ghislaine Maxwell later faced federal prosecution for her role in recruiting and grooming underage girls connected to the operation. Her trial brought testimony, cross-examination, and documentary evidence into open court. Survivors described recruitment and manipulation under oath. The jury listened. The court ruled. The verdict returned guilty on sex trafficking counts involving minors. The sentence of 20 years in prison created the strongest confirmed legal accountability tied to the network. That courtroom outcome matters because it rests on examined evidence, not speculation. People talk about the Epstein files like a secret vault of shocking confessions. In reality, the phrase refers to a large set of court documents, depositions, emails, exhibit, contact books, and civil filings. Those records contain allegations, witness statements, references, and third-hand claims. Legal documents record what people say, not automatic proof that every statement stands verified. Names appear because of mentions or contacts. Mentions never equals guilt. Recent vital claims about cannibalism or baby eating grew out of context. A multiple fact-checked investigation later debunked those interpretations. Context decides the truth here. Unverified screenshots and social media posts don't. Some cases fade after the headlines cool. This one keeps resurfacing because the themes are bigger than one man's power. It's about shielding abuse, institutions reacting late, and victims fighting to be heard. The verified trail connects step-by-step recruitment, abuse, early legal failure, federal charges, a trial that never happened, and a network confirmed in court through his associate. No supernatural layer, no secret horror mythology, just documented wrongdoing has been protected for too long. The most unsettling part stays simple. Warning signs existed, and action came late. That truth lingers longer than any conspiracy ever could. Thanks for staying with us till the end. If you like this video, give us a like, comment down below your thoughts about this case, and visit thescreenlight.com for more such information. Please subscribe to this channel and see you in the next video.